Welcome to Population Genetics and Evolution, Unit 5, Session 5, Complexities in Evolution by Natural Selection. By the end of this session, students should be able to state the complexities that may develop in the course of evolution, discuss the potential complexities that may develop in the course of evolution. Sex ratio is a phenomenon that provides a wonderful Darwinian puzzle. Why do most species have such an excess of males? In most animals, the ratio of the sexes is 50-50 or close to that number. As anyone who has had experience with livestock raising is aware, the large number of males in a population is far more than are needed. The rule for beef bulls on the range is that one bull per 20 cows is perfectly sufficient. Why doesn't selection normally adjust the sex ratio to something like 1:20? It seems like a much smaller portion of males would be more adaptive. Cattlemen and dairymen certainly think so. A similar point has been made by a number of feminists in recent years. R.A. Fisher worked out the basic selective logic. Suppose there are two sexes and both are necessary for reproduction. This pattern characterizes many, but by no means all organisms. Each offspring will have one male and one female parent. Now suppose one sex is rare, say males, then the average male will have many more offspring than the average female sexes will be equally fit only when the sex ratio is 50-50. Once animals or plants are committed to sexual reproduction, they will suffer the burden of excessive males. So consider the problem from the female's point of view. In most species, the female contributes almost everything to the offspring: egg, mass, parental care, etc. Yet she accepts sperm in sexual reproduction and cuts the number of genes she transmits to the next generation in half. Why don't females always reproduce asexually so as to double their fitness? There actually are many species that can reproduce asexually, so switching is not a big biological problem. Why do females tolerate males in the world at all? This is so of the hot topics of that last dozen or so years, and there is not yet a universally accepted answer. The most basic reason seems to be that sexual reproduction reassorts genes, creating variable offspring. Individuals with variation are perhaps more likely to resist disease. Females may be able to take advantage of male competition to pick fathers with good genes on behalf of their kids. Populations with recombination can respond more rapidly to variable environments because favorable mutations can be brought together to create especially superior types. This last mechanism requires a bit of group selection to work. Sexual populations would out-evolve asexual ones, even if sex was an individual fitness disadvantage for females. In review, populations with recombination can respond more rapidly to variable environments because favorable mutations can be brought together to create especially superior types. The most basic reason why there is the need for sexual reproduction seems to be that sexual reproduction reassorts genes, creating variable offspring. Individuals with variation are perhaps more likely to resist disease.